Oklahoma police have arrested the caregivers of a 4-year-old girl who was reported missing after a postal carrier found her sister wandering alone outside, as one of the suspects now face a murder charge in connection with the child's disappearance, authorities said. Local authorities began searching for Athena Brownfield Tuesday afternoon of last week, which was around January 9th, January 10th, for those who are not up to date on the case. I know these reports and these news clips and articles will kind of go running together sometimes. You don't know what date is what, and because so much comes out at different times, I like to combine it all together so we have the facts. So Athena was reported missing last week, which was around January 9th, January 10th. Local authorities began searching for her last week when the postal worker discovered her 5-year-old sister and notified police, according to the Oklahoma State Bureau of Investigation, which was involved in the search. Alicia Adams, 31, was arrested Thursday afternoon in Grady County, Oklahoma, on 2 counts of child neglect. The agency said her husband, Ivan Adams, 36, was taken into custody in Arizona on Thursday and is currently at the Maricopa County Jail awaiting extradition to Oklahoma on 1 count of murder in the first degree and 1 count of child neglect. A spokesperson for the Oklahoma State Bureau of Investigation, Brock Abderman, told ABC News she could not release more information on the charges amid the active investigation. During a Friday court appearance in Maricopa County, Ivan Adams waived his right to an extradition hearing. He said, and I quote, "I need to get there and fight this." The 2 sisters were reportedly in the couple's care when the 5-year-old was found alone outside their home in Cyril, the police said. Authorities would not comment at the time on how they become primary caregivers of the children. Meanwhile, the search for Athena continues. Authorities said last Friday the Oklahoma Highway Patrol on Wednesday issued a missing and endangered person alert for Athena to people in a 15-mile radius of Cyril, located about 70 miles southwest of Oklahoma City. Law enforcement is working to put together an exact timeline of when Athena was last seen, according to Iberton. Her sister did not require any medical care and is currently in protective custody with the state.
According to some Facebook posts, Athena could possibly be autistic and nonverbal, though that has not been confirmed by police. The OSBI is leading this investigation as lawmen and volunteers are searching for that missing girl. News 4's Adria Goins is live in Cyril and brings us the very latest on the search. Adria.
Yeah, this is where all those search teams are gathering to head out and search for that little girl. We've seen them searching through fields, by the railroad tracks, in dumpsters, on horseback, even having drones fly overhead. They're all searching for this missing little girl right here. This is Athena Brownfield. Now, let me tell you what's been happening so far early this morning. We saw that OSBI started searching the house where she was last seen around dawn. It is standard procedure to have a search warrant issued in a missing persons case like this. That's why they're at the home. They have been using dogs to check to see if they can find that little girl, any signs of her. Now, here at Family Life Church, they have a command post that has been set up. They started putting together search groups of volunteers and also local law enforcement, area law enforcement, to see if they can find her. That search for Athena resumed early this morning as well. Now, Steve Booker was one of the volunteers who started searching last night. They had hundreds of volunteers out here trying to see if they could locate this missing little girl.
There's a lot of speculations, and I've heard many different stories from last night and today already. I don't know what to say as far as what I think happened. I just know the girl's still missing and we're still looking.
Yeah, OSB is not commenting on any other situation as far as this little girl's parents are concerned. They said it is an open investigation. They are working on that. They also said that they want neighbors in the area anywhere close by to take a look at their doorbell video cameras. And if they have anything that might be helpful, to bring it to them so they can help find this little girl. Now, we did speak to the mail carrier, who was the woman who discovered Athena's older sister, which started this entire search around 2 o'clock yesterday afternoon. She would not go on camera, but you could tell just by speaking with her how distraught and very emotional she is. Of course, we all are hoping that we find this little girl safely.
Hey, good morning. Well, we know there is still no sign of Athena Brownfield. They have been looking for her since yesterday evening. What we know so far is that she disappeared from her home. They did not say when, but she was reported missing from Caddo County yesterday. Here's what we know so far about this investigation. According to Facebook posts, Athena could possibly be autistic and nonverbal. Authorities have not confirmed that information, but police say community members have started searching for her. They started around 5:30 last night. We've also learned her 5-year-old sister had been found earlier yesterday. So there is a lot going on with this investigation. Of course, we expect to learn more information from OSBI this morning. I'm asking questions, wondering what happened, and all the information leading up to Athena's disappearance.
Search crews with the Highway Patrol on 4-wheelers searching Surreal and surrounding areas. The community there joining the search, organizing in the streets last night.
News 4's Adria Goins has been in Surreal all day. Adria, update us.
Yeah, we do have some new information to pass along to you, Jolene. Federal agents have joined the OSBI in expanding the search for Athena outside of town limits. Now, the volunteer search, it's been called off because every inch of the town, as well as a 2-mile radius outside, has been searched, and still no signs of Athena. Along railroad tracks, inside ditches, and through backyards.
There's no disturbance here.
Volunteers checking every inch in the town of Surreal on foot, on wheels, in the air, even horseback, all hoping to find 4-year-old Athena Brownfield.
And she's a little girl, so she can climb under anything they're saying. Just whatever. Just whatever.
Steve Booker started searching with hundreds of other volunteers last night, shortly after police say a mail carrier found Athena's older sister, 5-year-old Adina, wandering outside.
She was saying to the mail lady that she's been left. They've left me. They've left me. They've left me. And her body language alarmed the mail lady, and she knew something was wrong.
That's when officers discovered Athena was gone. We talked to the mail carrier, who would not go on camera, visibly affected by what happened. Now, more than 24 hours after the discovery, more searching with few results.
We are collecting items that could be relevant. I'm not going to call them evidence, but we are finding things around town that could be helpful in this case.
Now, OSBI does want to make clear that this does not mean, by expanding the search, that it is a criminal or a recovery search now, but they will be joining federal agents and searching throughout the night.
4-year-old Athena Brownfield has not been seen since at least Tuesday. The search for her started after a mail carrier found her 5-year-old sister outside of their home, alone.
Poor little thing, but so far the search has only led to more questions than answers, like where in the world are her parents and exactly how long has she been missing? The OSBI telling us it's all part of their investigation, but didn't give more detail.
You also might be wondering, where is her older sister? We learned today that she's in protective custody. We had multiple crews in Surreal today at that search for the little girl.
Ashley Moss brings us the latest.
I spoke with authorities earlier who said they finished a grid-by-grid search of the area this afternoon with volunteers, and they're confident they've searched every square inch of this town.
So the Oklahoma Highway Patrol came in with all of the resources that we had with the purpose to search the entire town, and that has been completed.
Multiple law enforcement agencies made every moment count as they joined in the search to bring little Athena home. OSBI told us she was reported missing Tuesday afternoon. Hundreds helped scour a 15-mile radius in town.
Just trying to stay hopeful and positive.
Everyone's looking for the best possible outcome.
We just want her found and safe.
We are collecting items that could be relevant. I'm not going to call them evidence, but we are finding things around town that could be helpful in this case.
But while authorities said the day's exhaustive search was fruitful, they're shifting their focus outside of Surreal. Their mission hasn't changed.
We started in the town. We cleared the town. We did it very exhaustively and confidently. There are other resources being utilized to continue to search for her. This is really a search for this little girl, and that's something that we will continue to do until we have to move to a different step.
This situation has not turned into a criminal investigation or a recovery process. The focus tonight is to bring Athena home.
Yeah, moments ago, Kevin, we did learn that there has been an arrest in this case. OSBI confirming that a family member, Alyssa Adams, was booked into the Caddo County Jail for her connection in this case.
Alicia Adams was arrested today at 4:12 p.m. on 2 counts of child neglect. The counts are related to the 2 sisters, 4 and 5, who were in her and her husband's care.
Now, I did ask if Alicia's husband would also be arrested. OSBI would not comment on that. So there has been some progress that's been made in this case. But still, no signs of Athena. They just posted this picture of her outside of the door here at the church. The town of Surreal looking much different from 24 hours ago. Family Life Church, the epicenter of a once busy command post, now empty of volunteers. Only a few cars involved in the investigation into 4-year-old Athena Brownfield's disappearance remain in the parking lot. Despite that, OSBI says the search for the missing girl is still very active and ongoing. Yellow tape now gone from the home where Athena reportedly went missing, her older sister Adina discovered by a mail carrier Tuesday. A tweet by the National Center for Missing and Exploited Children confirming Athena went missing days before authorities started investigating her disappearance. And we also know that trash service here in the town has been suspended, so investigators can look at every option in finding Athena. Now, we also do know that we asked if this was considered a nationwide search, but OSBI says they're still sticking to Oklahoma, but they have received some tips from out of state, and they will be looking into those as well. Live in Surreal.
Announcing today that they've arrested the woman in charge of taking care of them. Alicia Adams was arrested this afternoon on 2 complaints of child neglect, days after Athena Brownfield was reported missing in Caddo County. Athena and her sister were supposed to be in the care of Adams and her husband when she went missing. Adams' husband was not arrested, and police did not answer when asked if he could be. In the meantime, neighbors are sharing their version of what happened in the days leading up to Athena's disappearance.
Our Ashley Moss was back in Surreal tonight with the latest.
OSBI told us that tips continue to pour in from across Oklahoma and multiple other states, but this news is the biggest break yet in a case that continues to grip this town and our state.
Athena was going from the porch to the backyard, playing with the dog, running. She just seemed happy as could be at that point.
And that's the last image that Marisa and Tracy Roberts say they have of the little neighbor girl.
This is very strange. Something is not right.
They say they haven't seen Athena or any other children in or around the home since last Thursday, but knew something was amiss when they found a trike in the middle of the road right by the house with no kids in sight.
My first thought was there a child out here this late? I mean, why would this bike be in the middle of the road?
Days later, Athena is still nowhere to be found, but her caregiver is sitting in Caddo County Jail.
Alicia Adams was arrested today at 4:12 p.m. on 2 counts of child neglect. The counts are related to the 2 sisters, 4 and 5, who were in her and her husband's care.
In a town so small, folks say they're really more like one big family. This latest break in the case has brought only temporary relief.
I just hope she's found. I mean, it would be best if she was alive, but at this point, I'm worried that's not going to be the outcome, and that's heartbreaking.
Now this couple says there have been threats against their family,
saying that we need to be investigated. We haven't done anything wrong, but speak up about what we did know. I don't care how small it is. The smallest detail could break open the biggest case.